All right, it's 9 o'clock. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Just a reminder, there's a fair amount of people on this call, so if you could keep yourself muted, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for joining. Anybody who wasn't able to join today, remember we do send these videos out. We record this meeting and send it out via email later. It's also on our YouTube channel if you ever want to go back and look at it. Do have a decent amount of things to go through today. I won't tie up your entire coffee break, but we do have a fair amount of things to talk about here. First of all, we've had a couple electrical incidents in the past few weeks. First one of our employees was stripping back some MC for a lighting circuit, came in contact with one of the conductors and was hit with 277. After going back and looking through it, Foreman's went back and traced the wires back to try to find out what happened. Another electrical contractor that was on site fed the other end of our whip. They put it into one of their junction boxes and tied it into their emergency lighting, causing our whip on the other end to be energized. The takeaway from this, even if it's one of our whips, even if you just put that wire up a few days ago and you left it coiled up and above the ceiling grid and you're going back for a later date to tie it in, you should still test it before you touch. A simple touch with a tick tracer, could prevent this from happening. Another way to prevent this as well is for that contractor to have been sure that was their wire and the correct one before tying it in. But nonetheless, we should still always tick trace something. With MC, obviously, you got to strip it back to test it. So ensure that if your guys don't have tick tracers, do it for them, or we can get a couple out on your job site too for people to use. We did have another electrical related incident. Nobody got shocked with this one. It was a near miss, rather. An employee was cutting 12-3 MCs into a de-energized panel, and it sparked when it hit the edge of the panel. So we stopped working, got his foreman, tested it, and then locked it out to go back and find out what was happening. The root cause of this, they found out that the wire was being fed by another control panel that was feeding a reheat VAV, sorry, and that back fed the cables and stepped it up to 380. Luckily, nobody got hit here, but the takeaway from this again is communication with other contractors. If there's multiple electrical contractors on site, you need to be in communication with them, check one lines with them, walk systems down with them, because if there's multiple people, there's a lot of room for error. Luckily, again, nobody got hurt there. Another reminder here, sorry if my finger's going across the screen. I got my notes on the screen here, my iPad. Another reminder here is PPE. I've been seeing a lot of good PPE use in the field. I just want to remind you guys that you as the foreman are the supervisors on the job site. You are to be leading by example one and wear your PPE. And you're supposed to enforce your guys and monitor the PPE use of your crews as well. I know some GCs are laxed on PPE use, and frankly, it doesn't matter. We still have our own standards to uphold. So please remain in your PPE at all times. Even if the GC isn't being very strict about it, still keep on our crews to wear it. Another thing, if you need PPE, we do stock cut 3 gloves, cut 4 gloves, glasses, everything you would need, hard hats, vests for your job. If you need it for your job, instead of going through your vendors, call myself or Dave Folsom, and we can send out what you need to your job. If we don't have it, we can help you get it ordered as well. Last thing I want to talk about, and it's something that doesn't get talked about too much, but it is Substance Abuse Prevention Month. Well, the end of the month now, but this whole month has been Substance Abuse Prevention Month. So a couple statistics here. Construction is the #2 sector for drug and alcohol abuse, right behind the food and service industry. 14.3% of construction workers in a study last year reported substance abuse disorders, and 83% reported some form of mental health issues. I know, and that's just reported. You know how many people probably didn't report that? I know this goes without saying, but if you guys yourself have a problem, there are many different programs set up to help with this. I'm sure you guys have heard of modern assistance. Union Hall has a few options as well, and insurance holds options for this as well. If you know somebody else on your crew that might be having a problem, reach out. Maybe if you can call the steward, the hall, your outside labor super, myself, anyone. Calling anybody can get you pointed in the right direction here. You never know, you might be saving somebody's life. If you need to know more about recognizing substance abuse symptoms or recognizing something that might have a problem, please contact me. We can go over other things to talk about, how to recognize people with these problems. But it is a reoccurring problem in the construction industry, and unfortunately probably always will be. But anything we can do to help somebody, you might save someone's life. So reach out, talk to your guys, bring it up at your morning huddles. If people have problems, to seek help outside of work is just as important as at work when it comes to safety. Got to show up good to work safe. So I believe Sean Leahy is also on the call and might want to speak about something. Sean, are you on?
Yeah, Jason, you hear me?
Yep.
Great. Yeah, thank you for just a few minutes at the end here. I did have something I wanted to chat about briefly as it relates to safety is wire pulling. Anyone that's doing any large wire pulls, you might know by now, you should know by now of some of the options that are available from our vendors, specifically those reel designs. At one point they were very difficult to come by, but now they're much more accessible. Although it can be difficult to coordinate this, it does require you to make a request for those options. So if you are into wire pulling, or if you're interested in some of those options, or you're having difficulty getting those options, just let me know, or let your PM know. If you're dealing with Arthur Hurley, they have a great reel design. I know that Standard Electric also has they use a simple reel there, and if you're using Gray Bar, they have a smart reel. They also have a lot of other time-saving kind of options that are available that we can get into, but I'm going to save that for another time. For all intents and purposes right now, this will save you a lot in strains and sprains, pinch points. If anybody has had to move one of those big heavy reels around there, it takes a lot of effort, and definitely does its fair share of damage. So if you need any help or assistance with that, just let somebody know. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you, Sean. That's good points there. So that's all we have for this week. If you guys have anything you want talked about in next month's meeting, just please reach out to me, give me a call, or shoot me an email. Next month's meeting, let me check here. So November 30th, same time. That's all I got. Thank you, guys.